Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome to all those new joiners, and welcome to Community Call number 5. Excited to be back again. We've had lots of news in the last month, and today I am excited to have Ramon, Head of Product, who hopefully lots of you have seen before, and also Izzy, who you all should have met before as well, the Community Lead, with us today. I'll be your host today. I'm Alex. I run Transparency at the Aragon Network. As we run through the community call today, let us know any questions that you have in the chat on YouTube, or you can also drop them into the Discord channel as well. We'll try and get through as many as possible. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the Aragon community calls and AMAs. We'll be having more AMAs in the coming weeks on this channel, so it's worth your while to keep up to date. But agenda for the day, we've got plenty to get through and lots of news. We'll be having an update from Ramon, who's going to take us through a number of product updates and some other exciting news on gas costs. It's been a busy month for the product and tech team with a number of deployments on mainnet in August. But I'll let Ramon give you all the news there, so more to come from him. And we'll then be having a presentation with an exciting piece of news from Izzy, who's been going to also give us an update on the Ambassador Program and also let you know how you can get involved as well. We'll then take around 10 or 15 minutes to ask for any questions that you have. We'll try and get through as many of them are. Any question you have, let us know. But from me, that's enough. There's lots of news to get through, so I'll welcome Ramon up to the stage. Hi, Ramon.
Hello.
There we are. So Ramon's going to take us through lots of product updates.
So great news. This month was quite a productive month happening. So let's jump right into it. First thing, as you probably, hopefully already saw, we finally have Aragon Govern and Aragon Core deployed to mainnet, fully functional systems, and we are really hoping that you guys start trying it out. As I already explained in previous calls, Aragon Govern is our optimistic governance experiment. Is a new way to interact, a new way to run your DAO in a way faster way, and of course also quite safe with a lot of safeguard mechanisms. And Aragon Core, our dispute resolution protocol, which relies on humans being able to help deciding things that cannot be decided by smart contracts, basically. So they are both live right now, and you guys can go try it out. They are live both on mainnet, of course, and you can try out on Rinkeby. Just a quick recap on how does optimistic governance works. So if you have your Aragon Govern DAO, instead of creating something that people will vote before it's executed, by default, things can be executed. So you schedule an execution to happen, you add some collateral, so you have skin in the game, which means that you are doing things in the best interest of your DAO. After scheduling the execution, there is a delay period before it can be executed. And this is the moment where your community can go there and see if it makes sense or not. So instead of people voting for things to happen, people can actually say, hey, this is wrong. I don't want this to happen. So imagine that someone goes there and say, hey, this feels weird. I'm going to challenge this execution. This is the moment where Aragon Core comes into play. If someone challenges the execution, Alex, can you please click? Well, first, if no one challenges the execution, it's available. It can happen way faster, way easier. If someone challenges this execution, this person also adds collateral, so it's like a sort of a game where you think someone is doing something wrong. You also have some skin in the game, and this is when court comes into play, and guardians on Aragon Court will be drafted to rule upon this dispute. If the guardians vote saying basically no, this was actually like wrong, so majority does not approve that execution, the execution is cancelled. If they actually approve the execution, so the initial execution was actually right, was in line with the DAO agreement, then the execution is already available, is back to be available to be executed again. Alex, yeah, just some more, another click. So this is sort of the summary on how does this optimistic governance works. Everything is live, everything can be used. We are more than happy to get you guys start using this. And please let us know if you have questions, if you have feedbacks or anything else. So this was the first news. Really hard to memorize URLs for you guys to go, govern.aragon.org or court.aragon.org. In Govern, you can also find a drop down to go to the Rinkeby version and just start trying it out. Next, the Aragon Govern Reward Program. We also have been talking about this for quite some time now. We did a AMA last week or someday that I don't remember about this, but just to recapitulate, to like summarize again, how does this reward program works? Alex, yeah, so why does it actually exist? We want to incentivize the use of Aragon Govern and Aragon Court during this release. We want to get people trying it out. How do you participate? Basically, you need to create a new DAO in Aragon Govern, and then you migrate your Aragon client DAO assets to your Aragon Govern. So you sort of migrate your DAO to the Govern model. What are the DAOs that are actually eligible? It's not for any DAOs. This is only for DAOs that were created before May 14th. And this is when we ran a vote to sort of decide on this reward program. What is the reward? We have 100K ANT as reward for the whole program, which and then we issued 1 million KPI options, and your DAO will receive the amount of options proportional to the assets that you migrate. And the more DAOs migrate, the more assets are migrated to Govern, the more the KPI options are worth. In the end, the more ANT your DAO will receive. When it's live now, it's finally ready, you can just go to your client DAO. If your DAO is eligible, you will see a banner on the top. You can do the migration, you can earn the KPI options, and this will be live until the end of this month when the options expire, and you can redeem them for ANT, basically. Alex, next one, please. So just a quick image for you guys to know. This is the banner. If you go to your Aragon client DAO right now and you see this banner, you can participate, you can do the migration, and you can earn ANT as a reward. This was our second, just so you guys know. So if you go to the migrate, this is the screen that you're going to see, basically requesting the address of your new Aragon Govern DAO. If you put the address there, you create the proposal. Of course, since it's an Aragon client DAO, the proposal will be open to be voted by your community. If it's approved, the migration will happen. There is a lot of instructions there, links to articles, etc., and you guys can always go to our Discord, to Twitter, to wherever you want if you have any further questions on how to be part of this program. This was news number 2. Let's go to the third one. Gas prices. We know this is becoming more and more of a problem for DAOs to operate, basically, and especially to create new DAOs. It's becoming quite expensive to create DAOs. There's a lot of ideas and potential solutions on how to solve this. And one of those ideas is actually going to layer 2 chains. We all know that there is a lot of stuff happening in this space, a lot of new chains that can not only bring gas or costs in general, make them quite lower, but also can bring more use cases and more new things for DAOs. So since like these prices are nonsense nowadays, and we really want people to use more DAOs and to interact more in this space, we decided to make Aragon Client a multi-chain application, and we are happy to announce we are finally really multi-chain. We now support Polygon, both Polygon Mumbai testnet and Polygon mainnet. So if you go now to Aragon Client and you connect your MetaMask, for example, to Polygon, it will work, or it will partially work. We are finishing some final touches with the Polygon nodes. There is a slightly problem there, but you can already try it out on Mumbai, fully works. And for the Polygon mainnet, most likely tomorrow it will be fully functional. And I did a test today. It's 20,000 times cheaper to create a DAO in Polygon mainnet than Ethereum at this moment. And we do hope to generate a lot of more things happening in this space by supporting like new chains. So you just need to go to client.aragon.org, start trying it out, and as well, please let us know if you have any questions, if you have any ideas, if you like, if you don't like, if you find bugs, please report as well. We will keep improving. There is a lot There's a few functionalities that we still need to support on Aragon client, on Polygon, but we will keep working on this during the next weeks for sure. I think this, last thing. So now we support Polygon, but then what is the next chain that we should support on Aragon client? We want to hear from you, ANT holders. Please go to Aragon Voice. Into the ANT space, you will find a new proposal there asking what is the chain that you want supported. If you don't want to manually go there, just follow this link, bit.ly/vote_client_multichain. You will get to the proposal. Help us decide what is the next chain that we are going to work to support on Aragon client. This is it for the product news for this month. Quite exciting news, quite interesting stuff. And I would really want to hear all the community feedback on the things that are deployed, questions, and the things that you guys want us to start working on from now on. Back to you, Alex.
Brilliant. Thank you, Ramon. And honestly, the Polygon deployment is so exciting. I'm sure we'll cover more of it in the questions, but I'm so pleased about it, especially from a deployment perspective for new DAOs. But without further ado, I'll welcome up Izzy, who's going to run us through the Aragon Ambassadors Program and give you some exciting news as well. Welcome, Izzy.
Thanks a million, Alex. Ramon just mentioned it was a very busy month for the product team, but I must still the same phrase and say it was also a very busy month for the community team as well. So very glad to be back in the community call and to introduce a little bit about myself. I'm Isabella, community lead at Aragon. And I wanted to show you and to give a bit of more update about the Ambassadors Program. We've launched the Ambassadors Program, I would say 2 months ago. And so and the idea of having the Ambassadors Program, in case you just joined the Aragon community, and Alex, if you could just click to the next slide, thank you. And if you just joined the Aragon community today and have no idea what I'm talking about, the Ambassadors Program, it's pretty much a network of representatives on a mission to bring awareness about the Gov solution. So those ambassadors will activate their local communities, but also in a global perspective to educate more audience on how decentralization and DAOs can be a really powerful tool to, let's say, I wouldn't say change the world, but make the world better. And so far, and we invited, since 2 months ago, we launched the program and we invited everyone to join this fight, which is the fight for freedom. So we know there's a lot of things that, like I mentioned, DAOs is such a powerful way to change the communities that we live in, and would love to also have people with the Aragon team to spread the word more and bring more awareness to their communities. Therefore, I wanted to bring you some very exciting numbers. So far, we have received 126 applications from ambassadors from all over the world, from Argentina to China, to join the program. We have onboarded, since last week, 29 ambassadors representing 21 countries and territories from all over the world. This is very exciting, but we are not done yet. We know that this is a big fight that we have to fight, and we wanted to also invite you to join the program. We plan to have 100 ambassadors onboarded by next month, by October, let's say, and the idea is to actually have 250 ambassadors onboarded by the end of the year. So we are really want to welcome everyone to learn more about the program. You can go to aragon.org/ambassadors and learn more about the program and see how you can contribute to that. So it's very exciting times for the community in Aragon, but we know that we can expand and we can reach many more people throughout this program as well. And Alex, next slide. So like I mentioned, go to aragon.org/ambassadors and have a look about the program. Feel free to join our Discord as well if you have any questions, if there is anything that you want to ask, and I will be waiting for your application really soon. I do have another exciting surprise for today. The product team has already mentioned, and Ramon has already mentioned the lots of good news that we've shared. But I also we wanted to invite the community to build things together with Aragon and with many more players from the DAO ecosystem. Therefore, you'll probably hear very, very soon, but for the people who joined the community call today, I wanted to give you this sneak peek of drum rolls, the DAO Global Hackathon. So we're planning to have a virtual hackathon in October that we wanted to invite, which will be, like I said, like virtual, and we wanted to invite everyone to build governance solutions with other DAO providers that we have on the ecosystem. So you will hear very, very soon more news on that, on how you can apply, how you can partner with us. But today, for the people who are in this call today, I wanted to give like this sneak peek and, let's say, save the date on our agenda that will be giving updates on that really, really soon. And that's it for today. Like I said, let's keep this conversation going. Like, join. We are active in many platforms, on Telegram, on Reddit, and Discord as well. So join our community if you want to get to know like more updates, more exciting updates on the product, on the governance and the community perspective, or if you want to get to know more about the Ambassadors Program and also the DAO Global Hackathon. That's it. Thanks a million. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you very much, Izzy. Really excited about the Global Hackathon. Hopefully we can get everyone involved. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I will welcome Ramon back up to the stage as well. He's not escaping without the questions. So any questions that you have, add them into the YouTube live chat or drop them into Discord. And I know we've already got some from the AMA last week, which we didn't manage to get through. So we'll run through some of those. We've got some others already as well. But why don't we start off with that first question around how is Aragon different from other DAO providers, and any use cases from Aragon Govern? So Ramon, maybe you can answer that about how Aragon Govern is different from the other DAO providers that are out there currently.
I'm not sure if the question is only about Govern or Aragon in general, but let's start with Govern. In general, all of the DAO managers or DAO deployment systems or DAOs out there relies on community voting before you execute something. So mainly you say, hey, I want to transfer this amount of DAI to this wallet. Your community goes there and vote to approve this or not. And once the community finish the vote and the proposal passes, then the action happens, meaning then the transfer happens, for example. On Aragon Govern, the idea is that you go there and say, transfer this amount of DAI to this wallet. There is a delay period, let's say 5 days, where people can disagree with that. If no one disagrees, the thing happens. You don't need to involve the whole community voting positively for something. If we are talking about Aragon in general, well, there's a lot of stuff that we've been working the last years that we do think are quite important for DAO creators and for DAO members. So it will be quite the big list for us to discuss here. Maybe worth for us to create a document at some point, or a page with like comparisons with other DAO platforms. But yeah, I do believe we have a lot of interesting stuff on Aragon.
Yeah, I think even just Govern alone is very interesting, and a new way of looking at DAOs, especially from the optimistic standpoint. I think it's really exciting. I'm really looking forward to some experimentation. And
regarding the second question's use cases, we have an interesting one for Aragon itself. We do think that Govern can be quite interesting for what we are calling sub-DAOs. So imagine that within a company or organization, you have areas, you have teams that have specific responsibilities, that have a specific budget, for example. So we want to start trying it out with these smaller DAOs for teams that has a budget and that can work faster and then can just like renew their budget once a year or something like that. So we do think this is a faster way to work, let's say. And for Aragon Court, quite important for Govern to work, so people can create challenge, can dispute an action if they don't agree. And we also have some upcoming interesting cases with Aragon Court working with escrow contracts that hopefully will be live as well this month. Maybe on next community call we have some news. But there's a lot of interesting use cases and ideas that we do hope that are going to appear in the next month.
Brilliant. And Izzy, over to you. I suppose let's jump in with the ambassadors first. What responsibilities would you have as an Aragon ambassador? Maybe you can describe a little bit more about what the ambassadors can get involved with within Aragon, where they can add value, and all the different points that they can sort of interact.
Sure. So the ambassadors will be advocating for decentralized governance and also spread the word about like the Aragon solutions itself. There are several activities and initiatives that they can take, like from running in-person or online events with their communities, also helping us in terms of creating content, translations as well. For the people who are more on the tech side, they can help us like to get feedback, like onboarding new DAO creators, also helping on UX research. For the people who are interested, like to go like more on the topic of governance, we do have several initiatives and several ideas that we would love to discuss with people like from different parts of the world, the different walks of life as well. We know that the products that we're building in Aragon, the solutions that we're building in Aragon, not only the Aragon team, but it comes about digital voting as well. It's something that we want to make it universal and accessible for everyone. And we can only do that if we have people from different parts of the world, from different skills, from different expertise to work along with us, like by providing feedback and activating their local community. So this is a bit of a glimpse on how, what are like the initiatives and activities on how people can expect by joining the Ambassadors Program.
You are on mute, Alex.
And they can join from anywhere in the world, any country?
Oh my, yes, please. So far, like I said, we have 21 countries and territories represented. We're aiming like to actually have in all the countries and territories all over the world. So please, for everyone from South America, from Europe, from Asia, Africa, everyone is very welcome to apply and join the program. Yes.
If there's anyone in the International Space Station watching, we also accept applications from the space.
That's a possibility as well. Yes.
Brilliant. Yes. Well, that would be amazing. And Ramon, back to you. On gas, obviously Polygon, brilliant. Maybe we can touch on that question quickly. What's the link for Polygon? How do people interact with the Polygon network?
Perfect. Well, the link to use Aragon client is the same one, client.aragon.org. The only difference is that you need to configure your MetaMask to connect to the Polygon network. There are like official documentation from Polygon itself. I need to take a look, but like Google something like MetaMask config Polygon that you will find. There are like pretty easy use guides on how to configure MetaMask. But yeah, once you configure MetaMask and you switch the network in MetaMask to Polygon or to Mumbai, which is the testnet, you can just go to Aragon client and connect your wallet.
Fantastic. And then on the point of cheaper gas, is it cheaper to use Aragon Govern compared to traditional Aragon DAOs? Maybe you could talk a little bit about a framework where you could use Aragon Voice and then Aragon Govern one.
Well, really well pointed. So the deployment of the DAO itself, it's cheaper on Aragon Govern because it has a smaller code base. It's a simpler framework, let's say. So the deployment is cheaper. Depending on what you are executing, then the gas costs are like linked to that, just as in like any DAO, let's say. But in theory, it should consume less gas in general than Aragon client. And using Aragon Voice, thanks, Alex, I forgot. Imagine the following use case. You have your DAO in Aragon Govern, you want to execute something, but you are not 100% sure that is in line with what the community would expect. You can go to Aragon Voice, create a proposal for free, a signaling proposal that your community can vote for free as well. And once that proposal is accepted in Aragon Voice, you use these results as your justification to execute something in Govern. So imagine that you go there and say, I want to transfer this amount of DAI to this wallet based on the results of this Aragon Voice proposal, for example. then you are already sort of protecting yourself and like telling your community that this makes sense because it was like approved by the community itself. So we do aim to make this flow a little bit more integrated in the future, but for now it already works. You can use both systems in separate, but just linking the results to one another.
Fantastic. I think that I mean that's the Aragon open stack. It's the full complete stack now, which is fantastic. Low gas costs. It's brilliant. And then one more point on that, Ramon. I know you said you were playing with it and it was 20,000 times cheaper. What was the actual cost on Ethereum versus Polygon in the end when you were deploying?
It's quite funny. The cost in Ethereum in dollars was $1,700, and the cost in Polygon was 0.09. So 10 cents of dollar or something like it. I will start just deploying DAOs for fun right now.
Finally, we can do some serious experimentation. It's fantastic. Izzy, back over to you on the hackathon. Is there any more information available, or when will we expect it? And is it going to be bounties? Is it going to be what's the sort of framework going to be for it?
Too many spoilers. Alex, yes, we are planning to the hackathon itself. We'll be sharing the landing page like very soon with opportunity to people to pre-register. Also for other people that wants like to partner with us, like to have sponsors. Like I said, this is not an Aragon hackathon. We want to actually have like to partner and having other players from the ecosystem with us, like to build this together. And yes, on the hackathon there will be let's say two different scenarios and sections. The first one will be an open lane, like any other hackathon, that like depending on the track you can submit your project, your idea, and there will be also another different section for bounties. So with the partners that we have from the network, they will be publishing bounties along that needs to be connected with one of the Aragon solutions that we have, and everyone can apply and build on that.
Fantastic. And Ramon, back to you on the very exciting announcement. Polygon's been announced. Once that vote's finished, do you have any timescales on how long it'll take to deploy the next chain?
Yes, I have, but I will not comment. But it's way less than like a year or something. No, just kidding. We don't have. I cannot like give proper timelines right now. The deployment in general for new chains should be a little bit faster now that we learned a lot by doing this Polygon deployment. But I really cannot estimate at this point in time. But we do expect to scale these, and most important, if you want to help deploying to other chains, please reach out on Discord. We now have a way better idea on how to make these, and getting the community involved and helping us to deploy in other chains will be quite awesome.
Brilliant. That is fantastic. Thank you both. We'll leave questions for there. I've got a few more announcements for everyone to stay around for. But Ramon, congratulations, lots of deployments, fantastic month. And Izzy, and Izzy, amazing that you've managed to onboard so many ambassadors. I'm excited to have them all join, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the cohorts joining. So well done to both of you and the rest of the team. But yeah, I will give a few more announcements. But Ramon and Izzy, you're welcome to drop off.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you both.
Bye bye.
So just a quick 5 minutes of other announcements of what's been happening, what's coming up. So you'll have seen that there are some more how to start a hedge fund, how to start a charity, some brilliant articles from Andrew coming out, giving you some really good examples of the use cases of DAOs. Lots more coming up there, and there's some brilliant content in there if you're looking for inspiration for different verticals and different industries that are looking to be sort of disrupted by DAOs, and some really interesting insights on how people have set up their DAOs from sort of day one. So jump over to the blog on Aragon and read some of those. They are brilliant. I know I really enjoyed reading them. At the moment, we currently have 14 job positions open. They are all 100% remote. So if you are interested in applying, you know anyone who would be able to help with any of the roles, you can either point them in the direction of careers, aragon.org/careers, or drop them into the Discord. We'll be happy to help and point them in the right direction. But really, there's lots of roles open, lots of areas for people to get involved with and join the Aragon project. So jump over there or send it to your friends. I just wanted to flag this as we're coming up to the 5th of September. So the ANJ to ANT conversion is live at the higher rate. I know lots of users have been waiting for this. If you stake your ANT, it'll be locked until the 5th of October in Aragon Court. I just wanted to flag it as the deadline is the 5th of September. So there is another 4 days. And a reminder, if you have your ANT staked in Aragon Court V1, it'll take 1 court term to unstake, if that makes sense. So make sure you start on the 4th of September so you don't miss out. I just wanted to make sure we're all aware of that. I know we already have over 100 jurors on Aragon Court currently. So really excited to see that grow and allow the community to get involved in that. It's a really important project for decentralization and Web3. Finally, thank you to Izzy and Ramon for joining and giving us all the news today. If you have any questions, if you have any feedback, you can jump over to Twitter, Discord, Telegram, Reddit, Forum, Substack, or drop us some comments on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be having the next AMA next week. So watch out for news on that. And if we don't see you again, if we don't speak to you in Discord, we look forward to welcoming you back on October 6th next month for hopefully lots more news. But from me, Alex, thank you for joining and look forward to catching up with you all soon.